I've been sleeping with my ex-husband, and we just got caught. I'm not even sure why I'm writing this here. I guess I just need to tell someone. I'm 32. I've been married to my current husband, Noah, for 2 years. It hasn't been bad. It hasn't been amazing either. Just normal. We both work a lot, and I guess we started feeling more like roommates than partners. My ex-husband, Julian, and I were together for almost 7 years, married for 5. We divorced about 3 years ago. We just wore each other out. We stopped trying. There wasn't a big betrayal or anything. It just faded until it didn't make sense to keep pretending it worked. We hadn't spoken since the divorce. Then last fall, I ran into him at a friend's party. He looked the same, maybe a little older, but still him. We said hi, caught up a bit, and that should have been it. But a few days later, he messaged me. "Good seeing you. Forgot how easy it was to talk to you." I replied. It didn't take long before we were messaging almost every day. It was light and funny at first, and then it turned into flirting. Nothing super bold, just little comments that we both knew crossed the line. I told him I was married. He told me he was too. Her name's Camille. I said we shouldn't talk like that. He agreed. We didn't stop. A few weeks later, we met for lunch. It was supposed to be just that lunch. We talked about how weird it was seeing each other again. He made me laugh like he used to. I missed that more than I realized. We didn't kiss that day, but we both knew what was coming. The first time we slept together, it was at a hotel halfway between our cities. He booked it. I almost didn't go, but I did. We hugged in the parking lot, like we were still pretending to be innocent. Then we went upstairs and everything just sort of happened. He kissed me and I didn't pull away. I kissed him back, hard. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't awkward. It felt like muscle memory. He knew exactly how I liked to be touched, what to say, where to put his hands. I didn't have to guide him or explain anything. I hadn't been touched like that in a long time, where it felt like the other person actually wanted me. Not just out of routine. He made me feel seen, like I was still the version of me I forgot I used to be. We slept together 3 times that night, talked in between, laughed, ordered food we barely ate. I felt alive. I felt horrible. I went home and cried in the shower for almost an hour, but I still went back the next week. That turned into a regular thing. Hotels, mostly. A few excuses. Work ran late. Staying with a friend. He did the same. We didn't talk about leaving our spouses. We barely even talked about them. It wasn't about love, and we knew that. It was just something that felt good in a way nothing else in our lives did. Every time we met up, it felt a little less like a mistake and more like a routine. I even started packing a small overnight bag. Toothbrush, hair ties, clean shirt. I hated how normal it felt. Then, yesterday we got caught. We were at his house. He told me Camille was out of town visiting her sister. He said we'd have the weekend. It was late. We had just finished eating and ended up upstairs. Same pattern, same comfort. We were in bed, both half-dressed, tangled up, laughing about something dumb from years ago. That's when we heard the door. Not a knock, not a text, just the front door opening and closing. Then footsteps. Then Camille's voice. "Julian!" He froze. I froze. She walked into the bedroom before we could even think. She saw everything. Me, him, us, her bed, her shirt on the floor, his hands on me. She didn't scream. She didn't say a word. She stared for maybe 3 seconds, dropped her purse, turned around, and walked out. Julian got up fast, grabbed his pants, ran after her. I stayed there, sitting in the bed like an idiot, shaking. I got dressed and left through the side door. That was last night. I haven't heard from him since. Noah doesn't know. Yet. Camille didn't say anything, but she saw everything. I don't know what happens next. I still can't believe how quiet everything was after last night. I woke up on my couch, fully dressed, still shaking. I kept replaying the moment Camille walked into the room. It felt like time froze for those 3 seconds. Her eyes locked on us. No yelling, no crying, just a look. And then she left. I didn't sleep much. My phone didn't buzz once. No messages from Julian. No calls from Noah. Nothing. Finally, around mid-morning, Julian texted me. "We need to talk." That was it. No apology, no explanation. I didn't reply. Noah came home early that evening. I was waiting for him, ready to confess everything. I had rehearsed it 100 times in my head. How to say it, how to be sorry, how to maybe fix this. But when he walked through the door, I froze. He didn't say anything about last night. He just looked tired, distant, like he already knew. Or maybe just suspected. I told him I was exhausted from work and went straight to bed. That night, I realized how far I'd fallen. The guilt hit me in waves, sometimes sharp, sometimes dull. I wanted to call Camille, apologize, beg her forgiveness. But I knew that wouldn't fix anything. Noah barely looked at me. The space between us grew thicker than it ever had before. Julian hasn't reached out since that text. I don't know what Camille said to him. I don't know what she's planning. I don't even know if he wants to fix this, or if he's already given up. I'm scared of what comes next. I don't even know if I deserve to be scared. Comments. Commenter 1. You say you're scared, but you already crossed the line a long time ago. That fear you're feeling now, that's just the bill coming due. Commenter 2. I feel more for Camille than I do for you. Imagine walking into your bedroom and seeing that, and she didn't even scream. That's not strength, that's shock. Commenter 3. Noah already knows. Maybe not for sure. Deep down, he knows. Watch how he starts pulling away. This is the calm before the storm. Commenter 4. This update hurt, because it felt so real. That weird silence after being caught. That slow, aching guilt. This isn't a story with a twist ending. It's a train wreck in slow motion. Commenter 5. Julian's text says it all. We need to talk. That's just code for I got caught, and I'm hoping you'll make this easier for me. Update 2. It's been almost 2 weeks since that night at Julian's. Julian's been silent. Completely. No texts. No calls. I haven't reached out either. I told myself it's over. I deleted the messages, the calendar invites, everything. But I still check my phone like an idiot. I still think about him. Camille hasn't said anything. At least not to me. I don't know if she's told anyone else. I don't know if she's waiting. I have this gut feeling she's not done yet. But the real reason I'm writing this update is Noah. Something's changed. He doesn't ask questions, but he watches me more. Subtle things. He started folding the laundry before I get to it, which he never used to do. I caught him looking through my gym bag the other day. When I asked what he was doing, he just said, "Didn't remember you had a second set of shoes." He's also being overly nice. Cooking dinner, checking in on how I slept, offering to run errands. But it doesn't feel loving. It feels controlled, like he's giving me just enough rope to see what I'll do with it. Last night, I forgot to lock my phone. When I went to the kitchen, I came back and saw the screen off and flipped face down on the table. That's not how I left it. He didn't say anything, just handed me my charger and asked if I was working late tomorrow. I've been having dreams where he already knows, where he's reading our messages out loud, word for word. I wake up sweating. I told Julian to stop. I didn't block him, but I made it clear I wasn't doing this anymore. He just replied, "All right, let me know if that changes." Like it's that simple. I haven't told anyone, not even the one friend who'd keep her mouth shut. I've never felt so exposed without anything actually being said. Noah hasn't accused me of anything. He hasn't yelled, but I can feel the shift. And I think the worst part is, I almost wish he'd just ask. Just say it. Get it over with. This slow unraveling is killing me. I don't know what Camille is doing. I don't know what Julian is thinking. And I don't know how long Noah is going to pretend everything's fine before it isn't. Comments. Commenter 1. He's waiting. You don't come back from something like this without knowing in your gut that something's wrong. He's watching you lie. Commenter 2. The fake calm is worse than yelling. When men go quiet and calculating, they're either gathering evidence or detaching emotionally. Either way, it's not good. Commenter 3. You left your phone unlocked? Oh yeah, he saw something. Maybe not everything, but enough to shift into detective mode. Commenter 4. The fact that Camille hasn't gone nuclear yet is terrifying. She's the one holding the cards, and she's probably choosing the time to play them. Update 3. It happened. I came home from work, and Noah was sitting at the table, laptop open, phone in his hand, just waiting. I knew immediately. My stomach dropped before I even closed the door. I asked him if everything was okay. He didn't answer, just looked at me like he'd never seen me before. Then he said, "Camille sent me everything." He didn't raise his voice. He didn't ask for confirmation. He just said it like a fact. And then he slid the laptop toward me. There were screenshots, text chains from months ago, calendar invites, a hotel confirmation under my name, a picture of me walking into Julian's house on the day Camille caught us, one where I'm leaving hours later, wearing different clothes. There was no point lying, no half-truth to cling to. I didn't cry. I didn't even say I was sorry at first. I just sat down across from him and said, "I never meant to hurt you." He laughed, not like it was funny, more like it broke something in him to hear me say that. He asked how long it had been going on. I told him the truth, about 4 months. I didn't say Julian's name. I didn't need to. He stood up and said, "You've been sleeping in our bed and lying to my face while you were sneaking off to your ex-husband. Do you even understand what you've done?" I didn't answer. He said he wanted space and packed a bag that night. He's staying at his brother's for now. Before he left, he said, "I don't think I can ever forgive you, but I hope one day I stop caring enough to hate you." I didn't try to stop him. I slept alone for the first time in 2 years last night. I didn't check my phone. I didn't text Julian. I didn't cry until the sun came up. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think Camille would be the one to trigger it. But I get it now. She waited. She watched. And she made sure it landed exactly where it would hurt the most. Everything is out in the open now. I don't know where to go from here. Update 4. Noah's been gone for 6 days. He hasn't texted. He hasn't called. He didn't even ask about coming back to get more of his things. His brother called me once to check in, but I think he was just making sure I wasn't spiraling. Maybe I am. I don't even know what spiraling looks like anymore. I just wake up and try to get through the hours. I haven't left the apartment much. I've barely eaten. My phone stays on silent. Then today, Julian showed up. No warning, no message, just a knock at my door around 4 p.m. I opened it, and he was just standing there, looking like hell, like he hadn't slept or shaved in days. I didn't say anything. I just moved aside and let him in. We sat on the couch in silence for a long time. Then he said, "Camille sent everything to my mom." I didn't know what to say. I just stared at the floor. He told me Camille had moved out 2 days ago, took most of the furniture, left him with nothing but the couch and the dining table. She didn't even say goodbye. Then he asked, "Do you think it was worth it?" I didn't answer, because it wasn't. Whatever it was between us, lust, comfort, nostalgia, it died the second we were exposed. We were good in bed. Yeah, he was better than Noah. And I know that sounds awful, but it's true. But that didn't mean anything real. That didn't build a future. It just made the fall faster. Julian asked if I wanted to see him again. I told him no, not because I hate him, and not because I blame him, but because I don't even recognize the version of me that wanted him back in the first place. We didn't hug. We didn't fight. He just nodded and left. And now I'm back on the same couch, still alone, still dealing with the mess we made. I haven't told anyone what happened today. I don't even know why I'm writing this, except that it's the only place I can say what I'm really thinking. I ruined my marriage. He ruined his. And even though we said it wasn't love, I think part of us thought maybe it could be something. But it's nothing now. Just 2 broken homes and a silence that keeps getting louder. Update 5. It's official now. Noah filed last week. I was expecting it, but seeing the paperwork still hit me like a punch. He didn't even serve me directly, just had it mailed with a short note attached that said, "Please don't make this harder than it needs to be." I didn't. I signed everything the next morning and dropped it off at his lawyer's office. We didn't have kids or shared property beyond the apartment, and I told him he could have that too. I didn't fight him on a single thing. The only time we've seen each other since he left was at the preliminary hearing. He didn't look at me once. I tried to say hi when we sat down, and he just stared straight ahead. His lawyer did all the talking. Mine didn't have much to add. It was clean, fast, quiet. When it ended, He stood up and walked out without a word. No eye contact. No goodbye. Just gone. I wanted him to yell at me. Cry. Ask why. But he gave me nothing. Just silence. I know I deserve that. But it still hurt. As for Julian, his divorce is turning messy, eh? Camille lawyered up hard. She's asking for everything: the house, the car, alimony. And from what I've heard, through mutual friends, she's not just trying to leave. She's trying to destroy. Julian's been forced to move into a small apartment outside the city. He reached out once, asking if I could write a statement that he and I had ended the affair before the divorce officially started. I didn't respond. I don't know if it would help him, and I don't care anymore. He made his bed. So did I. Some part of me thought maybe when the dust settled, he and I would try again. Not romantically, just as people who went through the same storm. But now, I can't even picture talking to him without feeling sick. Everything feels so empty. It's like the silence that used to scare me is the only thing I have left. No Noah, no Julian, no real friends anymore. Just paperwork and an apartment full of memories that don't feel like mine anymore. I thought the affair was the reckless thing. But this fallout is what really burned everything down. Final update. It's been 7 months since the divorce was finalized. Noah changed his number. I only found out because a message I sent bounced back. I haven't tried to contact him again. Last I heard, he's dating someone new. Someone from his job. My old coworker mentioned seeing them at a bar near the office. Said he looked happy. I didn't ask for details. I didn't want to know her name. Julian and I haven't spoken since that day he asked for a favor. I heard his divorce is almost done. Camille got most of what she asked for. She's living in the house. He's still in the apartment. I pass his street sometimes. I always look the other way. My life is quiet now. Not peaceful. Not terrible. Just quiet. I go to work. I come home. I try to eat normal meals again. I read more. I stopped drinking. I deleted all the photos of both of them. Cleared out old emails, text threads, even the hotel bookings from my inbox. It didn't make the guilt go away, but it helped me breathe a little easier. I haven't tried dating. I don't think I'm ready, and honestly, I don't think I'd trust myself. Some nights I still think about it all, how it started, what I thought I was chasing, how fast everything fell apart. There's no single moment I regret the most. It's all tangled. The lies, the excuses, the way I told myself no one was getting hurt, right up until everyone did. I used to think this story would end with some kind of lesson, something neat, but there's no lesson here, just choices I can't take back. If you're wondering if I'd do it differently, yes. 1,000 times yes. But it doesn't matter now. Everyone moved on.